Hi everybody, my name's Doug Wilson. This is Yellow Hawk Customs Outdoors. We got Bob here today. So rather than me explain what he's going to do, because I never know, so he pulls things out of his buttocks.
Derriere.
So I'm going to turn it over to Bob. But don't go away. I want you to watch this intro real quick. I think it's pretty cool.
Hey guys, how's it going? On the lower 40 of the homestead here at Doug's house, and thought we'd do another quite cool video.
Quite cool.
Anyway, before I get started on a certain knife that I think is underrated and has been developed off a traditional knife, and I'll show you a number of those, I'm going to talk real quick about the Eldris. I picked one up a couple weeks ago. Little tiny knife, very sharp. It has the blade configuration of a Kanza, you know, and it's a good little carver. It's cute, you know. I just wanted to check it out. I'm a Mora knife guy, I collect them, so I thought I would do that. It also had a aftermarket type of carrier here. This is for a pen light type flashlight, which I took off. I'm going to try to get a either a bigger fire steel or a ceramic in here and replace this. It comes with a fire steel. You can get them on eBay. Just look for I don't know, survival kit or sheath extension or whatever for Eldris or Mora or Garberg, okay? And of course I got a Brunton compass hanging off the bottom of it. It's a nice little neck knife. You can do a lot of things with it. Like I said, it's an everyday sort of user. I'll go into smaller knives when I go to the larger knives. Right now I just want to get some things out of the way. I don't know if you can see over here or not, but this is a tomahawk that I purchased a number of years ago. I never used it. I don't even know who made it. I got it really a good price. It's all steel. It's very nice. Tomahawks were great fighters. They were used by Native Americans, and of course your settlers use them as trade items or whatever, but for the most part they're very quick. They hook, they you know, make big gaping wounds in the head, neck, and whatever. But it can, at the same time, you can still do kindling work with them, and you can get chopped medium to size logs. I kind of like it. I've never played with it before. Down the road I might make a video, but I just thought I'd show you that. This is actually not a hatchet, not an axe. It's a tomahawk type shape. Okay, that being said, I want to move on to another knife that I really like a lot. I like broad knives. In order to cut well or chop well, one needs to have weight and heft and some width with the knife. This is the Becker BK10. It's the Crewman, and what I did was I took the the plastic type slabs off, and I believe this is Coca-Cola. Really nice looking. Sets the knife off. I don't take off the powder coat. If anything gets a rust preventive, I like to keep it on there. But this is a good crew knife, served knife, or combat, going into combat sort of thing. It's not really much of a fighter, but an all-around utilitarian. How many times would you fight with a knife in the service? I don't know. I was in 23 years, and I never really fought with a knife. But anyway, it would be a good all-around stout knife to use. like to bring your attention to this I'm left-handed, sheath that my friend Dan Charbonneau made in Canada. He's a current leather worker, new, does a great job, made this for me. And it's got my Grizz poles on it and the Celtic Infinity knot and so forth and so on. So if you're ever looking for a good leather sheath, his name is Dan Charbonneau, and he's out of Canada. He's also made some YouTube videos using the Polish Leukus, or what's it called? The Polish lake. It's a Lapvu or whatever.
Oh, the Lavu.
Lavu. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm Polish. I should know this. Anyway, but yeah, he's done some really modifications on that. He's a good guy.
Or maybe you shouldn't know that because you're Polish.
Maybe not, but he's an avid hunter, and he's all around good guy. All right. So
Dan Charbonneau.
Dan Charbonneau, yeah, good guy.
He's got one of them old trapper names.
Yeah,
Charbonneau.
Yeah, Charbonneau, yeah. French. He's in Ontario, Canada,
right,
where it snows there till May, and then August it snows again.
That's where I'm moving.
So yeah, right. So anyway, what I'd like to do is talk to you about a Matt Graham design that's a number of years old, and he calls it his camp knife. Now he took this design off of what we call the Finnish Leukus. Leukus means big knife in Finnish. Doug and I looked that up on Google because we knew Puukko was small knife and we didn't know what Leukus was. So it goes to show,
simple.
We're not all that. But anyway, but it means big knife. And Matt Graham, as you know, he likes to go around and work his knives off. With all his Joe Flowers, off of indigenous peoples types of styles. So you'll notice this is a micarta handle. It's sort of a girdle type handle, whatever, It has I like wide blades because you want them to penetrate and get deep, and there's a small rising belly here, and you'll see the similarities when I start showing you some actual traditional Leukus that are still used by the Sami people and the Laplanders up north. Okay, the knife goes for a price point of about $60 to $68. It's by Condor, really very nice sheath along with it. Okay.
Leather?
And leather, and it's just an all good knife if you just want to take one. That and
Matt's got his name scribbled on the blade there.
He's made it.
That's impressive.
He's come into himself. But that in a Swiss Army knife and a saw, good silky, will do everything for you. By the way, Dan Charbonneau liked this knife so much, in a trade for some sheaths he made for me, I sent him one.
Hello.
So he loves the knife. So what I'm going to do now is I want to show you some of the more traditional, what we call Leukus. Okay, this was the Finnish Army's knife a long time ago before it went to the Peltonen knife, Captain Peltonen knife, and whatever. Any knife that's 5 inches or more and a little wider is called a Leukus. The shorter ones, 3.5 to 2 to 3.5 inches to 4.5 inches, and the narrower blade are called Puukkos. Okay, so this is a traditional type knife. This was the Finnish Army issue at one time. I did some burn marks in it just to make it a little more traditional.
Wow.
And
what'd you burn?
I used the woodworking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, did those designs. So that's this. I just want to let you know this is also called a Leukus also, as well as this. This is from a company called Wood Jewel. Now, Wood Jewel is up in northern Finland, in Lapland country, and they've been around for a long time. I like their knives. I like the traditional knives. Their handles are made out of birch and reindeer and bone and whatever, and that's considered a Leukus. Okay, that's a good general. That's about 5 inches or so.
That blade looks just like a Vrustaleka blade.
Well,
doesn't it?
Vrustaleka blades are Finnish too. I mean, I'll talk about the blades.
I mean,
in a
that
moment.
looks almost exactly the same as that Puukko 140.
The blade from Vrustaleka, all these blades are made by Lauri.
Huh.
L-A-U-R-I. They only make blades, and you can get blade blanks and put your own handles on.
Ah, okay.
But they're all made by the same company.
Right.
And it's an 80, what CRM 20?
80 CRV2?
Yeah, it's just 80 CRV2 most of the time, and sometimes it's a 1095.
It's a good steel.
It sharpens well, it holds an edge.
Yeah.
I don't get to, as you know, I've said millions of times.
Right.
I don't get involved with seals.
As long as it sharpens and holds an edge, you don't care.
That's right, I don't give a rat's ass. Now another one that's made, this is a Lauri blade made by Lauren. okay, in Finland. Another big boy here.
Very nice.
So if you look at the Matt Graham knife, you can see some similarities.
Yeah.
In the blade design.
Yep.
This is just shorter. These are usually 210 millimeters, which is like 7 inches.
Almost exactly the same blade profile.
Yeah, it's like 7 inch blades, you know. And they are rat tails all the way through.
Yeah.
But if you look, you know, the spines are about the same. I think it's a little wider. The reason why I like this is the full tang.
Yeah, it's going to be a tougher knife.
A tougher knife. There's nothing wrong with these knives. The Sami people, they break apart reindeer and
as long as they don't abuse
put up their teepees, and they cut wood with it and whatever. So there's nothing wrong with these knives. These knives are sharp. Okay, they
usually have a backup too, don't they?
Well, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you that the double carry. But that's one. Okay, this notch didn't come in this. I put this in with a what do you call it?
Dremel.
Dremel. Yeah. I made that because I like to have something to stop my hands from going forward. Okay. Good knife control, good knife teaching, good knife, proper knife using. You shouldn't cut yourself. Okay.
Yeah, you got to have a good handle geometry.
You might stab yourself, but you shouldn't cut yourself. Okay. Another one made by Wood Jewel is a double. These are all reindeer antler. These are also made out of birch handles, and they're beautiful. And this is, you know, reindeer. And look at that curly type birch, or that bird's, I'm like a bird's eye bird, whatever. They're just beautiful.
Curly birch.
Curly birch, you know, whatever.
Thanks.
Now this is almost 8 inches. This one right here. Okay.
Yeah.
And
here, let's measure it. Hold on.
It is. And Doug, pull your pants up. And it's a heavier type knife. Okay.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
This set was like
I like these.
$130.
I like the edges, the grind.
The grinds are great.
That's got to be a great woodworking
And that's
tool.
a Laurie blade also. I mean, it's you know, what are you going to use a knife for if you camp? All right, you're not going to kill people. You're not in the military. And this is where I go to the next part. I will bet you, and I'm going to go light on this, 85% to more than, I say 95% of the time, you're going to use a companion blade like this. Okay, no, you're going to cut your celery, whatever, your apples, you're going to cut cordage, you're going to carve your spoons, you're going to do your cooksies. Anything you need to do can be done with something 4 inches and under. You don't need anything huge. Okay, the only time you need a bigger blade, you're going to split animal pelvises, you're going to do a little bit of batoning, chop whatever. But I never, like I tell you again, I never batoned in my life. There was plenty of leaves,
dead wood on
the ground. We just and when we needed to split open a big log, we used an axe. Okay, we didn't use a knife, but at that time they weren't making knives like this. Okay, so it's again made by Wood Jewel. I got about $130. Okay,
for both of them.
Yeah, well, it comes together. It's a set.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that the one you got, the Rusty Scupper?
No. Here's the one I got at the Rusty Scupper. So here's another one. This one is made by Yasaki Yavempa.
Wow.
Okay. And it is a stainless high carbon.
Now that's a convex grind.
Yeah.
Convex edge.
Yeah. This comes out of Kahava, Finland. And these are all northern knives, okay, for the most part. And they're very light. For the size of the knife, they're very light. Okay. I bought this in
the blade's not too thick.
1986 or 84 at the Rusty Scupper in Baltimore. And I had the companion. The other knife is just a single knife like this, only it's a 6.5 inch. And here's your utility knife. And there's your you know, Isaki Arvempa Oi, Kaiuva, Finland.
Very nice.
Okay, and that's the knife you'll use most of the time. I've been carrying a neck knife like that for a long time now. I use it mostly all the time. I rarely use a big knife at all. You know, as a boy, you know, all I had was a pen knife. I had a Swiss Army knife or my grandfather's old timer or something like that. Had 2 blades on it, a can opener and a bottle opener, that was it. We had no use for a big knife other than an axe to do big work, okay? So, one note I want to make is if you're looking at alone lately, they all have Silky Boy katana boys, okay? They're all cutting trees with them. That's a great saw. I have one myself. I have a Gomboy 230 with large teeth. Now, I just got this sheath. I have to probably dye it again, but I like the rustic look on it. And I did the stamping on there of like a Northern Star or whatever with a wood burning tool, okay? And I like things that look like they're old.
Yeah.
And some of this doesn't take because it either has wax on it or something, whatever. And but anyway, I might leave it alone. I might stain it again. But this is another one. This is a 7-incher, okay? This is a Lorry blade I got by itself.
Very nice.
Okay. That handle comes from an axe handle. It's hickory, and it was put together from my good friend Tom Kuzak. Okay.
Very nice.
And he put that on there. I have a matching one
Talk
of
about
a shorter
homemade.
blade with a hickory handle also. Hickory is tough. It's a straight, tight grain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a very, very, very tough grain. And if you look at the difference in here, is that you're going to see that this point here is swept up faster than this one. This is still a little fatter, where this one goes into more of a point. See that near the end? As you go to your curve here, it's more sweeping, and here it kind of like comes up and it has an abrupt curve, okay, whatever, okay? Both of them usable, very good knives. So now, the thing is, we have these testings we do with a knife. You know, like a knife's supposed to baton, it's supposed to do curls and all this other stuff. You know, I just want a knife to cut. I just want a knife to do its job. You can take any type of a wedge or anything. Doesn't matter whether it's a knife or not, and you can baton with it. I mean, most of the time we did this to split anything. We didn't baton nothing, okay? Like here, sometimes people baton too close to the end or of the tip of the knife, and really the best way to get a good baton out of it is to go near the base. That'll work well. I'm not a big whittler and making fire sticks, because I don't have to. You know, see how it catches better at the base. It's broader, it's wider, and you have more wedging going through it. It baton, any knife will baton. It will. It works as a wedge. Well, I'm going to do a thing on a butter knife one day, because this kid did one. His father put a chisel grind on it, and it did everything else a regular knife could do. Now it might not be as robust, but it did the same stuff. And you know, like I said, I find stuff on the ground. I split wood maybe to find dry wood when it's wet, you know, whatever. But for the most part, we backpack. You know, we use stoves and whatever. Okay, so you know, it does what I want it to do. I don't need to start. I think it's cool starting a fire with, you know, curls and stuff like that. I think it's kind of wild. If you look at what's his name, Survival Russia, he just does them. He breaks them off and throws them in. You know, you don't even. You know, he's kind of cool. I like him.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. I like him. Lars. He's actually Danish. So there. You know.
He's a Danish Russian.
Yeah, he is. He's an expatriate. He married a Russian woman. You can get bigger curls. I don't do them. I don't do bow drills. I have matches. Okay. It's not my wheelhouse. It's not something, if I wanted to do it, I guess I could do it. I don't care. I got matches, you know. I like fire steels. They're cool. But anyway, it's a good little knife. It works. I'm not going to go.
I baton it.
I'm going straight across.
Yeah, you're going across the grain. It's harder to.
Yep, I'm going on an angle too.
You really got to whack them if you're going to break them that way.
I was on an angle.
That's going to fly.
There we go. You know, it'll do the job. It's a nice knife. As a matter of fact, I bought another one. I believe in that old adage: 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3 is a whole lot. You know, I get 2 of everything.
More than enough.
I get 2 of everything, just in case I lose it or it breaks or busts or whatever. Okay, so I just thought that knife was kind of underrated. Didn't get what it needed to do or have or whatever. It's a good knife.
What's it called? The Condor?
It's the Condor bush, the Condor camp knife. I don't.
Matt Graham camp knife.
It might say primitive.
Oh, Tracy made a huge mistake letting her out.
Yeah, she did. So anyway, that's that. I have nothing else to say. Just a decent knife. If you want a good all-around knife, and you want a knife that's a good size, that'll probably do just about anything you want it to do. Food prep, skin. It's got a nice belly. Whatever. I don't do it justice. I am sometimes inadequate with knives, and you know, get yourself one. Okay. That's all I have. This is the Grizz. Bob. Out.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm behind the camera. See ya.